Check. There we go. All right. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We got our last draw for the night. I am Joe Hotshot Tony Rockamock, and also on the mics and doing the operating the cameras is Brian Daraheim. Brian, nice to see you.
Nice to see you too, Joe.
Nice game tonight. On our feature sheet, Sheet B here at the Potomac, the National Capital Curling Center, home of the Potomac Curling Club, we have Team Stayer from Philadelphia and Team Hebert from Broomstones. This is the 9:30 draw number 7. This is another Sweet 16 game of the A event. So we will be keeping you abreast of all the other games also going on tonight. We have 2 B event games and 1 A event game. On sheet A, we have McNeil against Louisiana. I know I said that wrong, but I'm going to keep saying it like that. That's a B event game.
I struggled with that all last night, so don't worry about it.
On sheet C, we have Potomac Corrali against Skimia from Nutmeg. And on sheet D, we've got the Yang Rink from Ardsley against Kraft from Plainfield. That is also a B event game. The Skimia and Corrali game is an A event game. So, before they do their first slides, looks like we already have the toss. The toss is won. I'm assuming that Hebert won and picked the hammer. So it appears that, nope, Hebert actually lost the toss, and they are throwing the first stones, and they're going to be throwing red rocks. Stayer is going to be throwing the yellow stones. Playing lead tonight for Team Hebert is Dan Cho. Playing second is Mike McKenzie. Throwing vice skips is Mike Sampson, and they are skipped by Todd Hebert. Dan's first rock is away.
Clean. Wait only. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Yes. Nice shot.
Dan puts one right in the house. Looks like the Stayer rink is going to call for the hit. Let's do the lineups for the Stayer rink. Throwing lead is Greg Dykes. Throwing second is Scott Pickey. Throwing vice is Justin Lehman. And they are skipped by Mr. Kevin Stayer. Greg makes a nice hit, rolls out Dan's shot. Shooter sits top 12.
Yes. Whoa. Nice shot, Dan. Not gonna move much.
I just traded hits there. Another nice hit by Dan. Greg's second stone is away. So both these teams yesterday won in blowouts. In fact, the combined scores of the games were 23-3. Stayer giving McNeil the what-for, winning 11-1. Hebert giving Louisiana an equally the what-for, winning 12-2. So who knows what kind of a game we're going to turn out tonight. If it's anything like our 7:30 draw, it's going to be a nice, tight game. So here's hoping. Here goes Mike McKenzie, the second for the Hebert rink.
Yeah, you can bring it out.
Sweepers are on it, trying to pull it in.
Gonna get a little bump. Maybe.
It's going to just rub off of that 12-foot and roll and sitting most of the 8. Okay, Stayer likes the hit on the rock and the 12-foot. And I also want to mention to the viewers out there that I do not have the ability to view the chat. So pardon me if we're not able to answer any of your questions or make any comments that you have out there. We will try to keep you abreast of all the other games going on the sheets tonight, but as far as the chat goes, you can just talk amongst yourselves. We should have that fixed probably by tomorrow morning.
Go right here.
Okay, Philly did what they wanted to do, took out the rock in the front. Broomstones calling a draw to the right side of the house behind that yellow stone. Mackenzie's second stone is away.
Whoa, that looks heavy. That looks heavy. That's back. That's back here. That's back here. Yeah, it's back here.
Yeah, not moving, looking very heavy. I think it's going to wind up in the back 8, back 4. Okay, not too bad. I think it was actually a little later than Todd thought. Stayer's going to get rid of that. Comes the second rock for Scott. Going to play the hit. Tell you, this Philly native here really likes the Chase Utley jersey. Chase Utley's t-shirt he's sporting tonight. It's going to hit. It's going to roll out. It didn't really come over the way they wanted it to. But it took one away.
4-5.
Okay. Todd calling for the same shot. He's going to see what Mike Sampson can do with this.
4-5. No, less.
And the rock's away.
Clean, clean only. Okay, clean, just clean, clean, clean.
Sweepers seem to like it. Oh, here they come in. They're trying to pull it in a bit. It's got to move over.
Yeah, come on, hard, guys. Come on, hard. Hard. Get that biting. Come on. That's all right. That works.
Okay, and he leaves it short, right in the center. Stayer's going to call for the hit and roll behind the guard that was just thrown. This is Justin Lehman, the Vice Skip's first stone of the night. That's got to move over too. Looks great. He's going to hit the other side of the rock. Hit it pretty square, roll it out, and then roll to the left side, my left side of the house.
Get rid of this.
Okay. Tyler wants to get rid of the shooter.
Take control. No, it's gotta work a ton. Gotta work a ton, guys.
Well, it sure does. That's gonna be flashed by a good couple of inches. Tough miss for Mike Sampson.
No, definitely didn't move very much. You're outside, though. It's okay. Debating if you're not in the draw behind. But I like the keeping from the center. See you guys.
Swoop is on it real hard here. And it's going to coast in and sit on the 8. Not completely behind cover, but blocked a piece.
I don't know if it's going to roll very much, but what do you think?
Pretty good position for him.
I think we can come
The only thing he has to worry about is that red guard in the center there.
That's fine.
And here comes Todd ready to throw his first stone.
He's going to try to use that
All
center
right, let's
guard.
take that one out and try to roll over as hard as we can. Okay.
Or
What do you guys think? I mean, what did Mike throw? What did Mike throw?
apparently he's trying to hit and roll.
310.
Gotta
It's a
make
long roll.
I was just about going to say that it is quite a long roll.
Long roll,
was
but if he
fine.
makes it,
He's going to make us. He's going to make himself look really good.
Much
There you go.
less
It's gonna make us
than
look
he did
a little-
last time. It ran pretty straight.
Not as good as
so,
him.
it's also somewhat of a conservative call in the first end, trying to make sure you minimize your damage if you can,
Yeah, absolutely.
instead of just going all out for a steal right away.
Sweeper's got on that really fast. I think he's just going to hit it.
Get it out of sweep for the
Come
roll.
on, roll as far as you can. As far as you can.
Well, you know, not a bad effort. It did move a bit. Not enough. He left it open. Now he can hit and roll. There's the problem.
Yeah. Like I said, it was a long roll.
Yeah.
Let's start to move it all. No, I don't think so. Right?
Not so long of a roll now for yellow.
Hopefully it's this move. Get this a chance of hitting the other one. Or this is it completely. It's not going to move very much, so it's pretty good.
Here it comes. I don't think it's going to get to the side that he wants to, though. It's going to hit it pretty much right in the center. Oh, just a little bit to the wrong side. But, I mean, he's setting up a deuce at least. He's got it nice and spread open.
The inside out again. I don't know why. Right? You're going to get more of a roll.
I want to know, Brian, what do you
And
think
can
about him
probably
drawn
roll
to the
over that
center?
one, or roll it.
It's
At
a
this
high
point,
risk,
he's
high
kinda-
reward,
Yeah,
you know?
at this point, he kind of committed himself to
Let's go here.
trying to play that hit and roll
Yeah.
again.
So he's going to try and do it again.
Not the same weight.
Yeah. I think that's probably the right call. I mean,
You're right. Early in the
at,
game,
at most, if he makes the hit, he's going to give up 2 at most. So
Yeah,
it's
what's the
not-
harm?
Not the end of the world. So.
right. And if he's short or flashes, then the other guys, then Stayer's got an easy draw for
Same
3.
shot,
So, yeah, make a good point.
Yeah, take it out and try to roll again. This time, if we get the same roll, we'll be undercovered. Same shot, okay. Yep, need normal.
I have a commonality with both of these skips in this game. They've both beaten me in 5 and under tournaments. I think Todd twice. Although Todd wasn't a skip when I played him. He was the
Hurry, guys!
he was the vice, I believe,
Get
at
that
the D
roll.
event 2 years
Get the
ago.
roll.
Or maybe he was the second, and he was the vice skip last year on the A event runner-up. And Kevin Stayer, I remember him as the second on last year's D event winning team in the Kaiser, beating us in the D event
2-9.
semis.
That one seemed to move more
Probably
than the
shouldn't have
first one.
admitted that over the air that they both beat me, but
That just means you're neutral.
I'm a humble
You're-
player.
Yeah. You have no rooting interest in the game, so everybody knows you are
Yes.
a neutral observer.
Furthermore, you know, I know Todd. I'm Facebook friends with him. I've seen him in a lot of these tournaments. So he's a nice guy. I like him a lot. But I also am a Philly native, so I do, you know, I guess have to root for all Philly teams at some point in my life. But I'm going to stay neutral on this one. Here comes Stair. They're holding the line pretty well. He's going to hit it right on the nose.
All right, guys,
Yeah,
let's get
no
it back.
problem there.
So Todd's got an open hit
Get
for
it
his
back, guys.
deuce. Oh,
That was the open hit.
that
for the
was
deuce.
the open. Get your head in the game, Rockenbach.
Shot, Kevin.
And there you go. There's 2-0. Philly after 1. Another couple more updates once we get those in. Looks like we've got on sheet C, the first end is over as well. The Skimmia Ring from Nutmeg gets 3 in the first over Corrali from Potomac. First end is also over on sheet A. McNeil gets a deuce in the first against Louisa Ranaran. Todd's going to try and pound that all the way through. And it's just nice effort, though.
Well, 4-5.
Comes Dan's first stone. Sweep is running pretty hard.
Switch.
Ooh, advanced sweeping move there, switching in
Yeah.
the middle of.
Pretty fancy schmancy.
Didn't help much though. It's still short of the house. He did call that for in, right?
I think he
Wanted
did,
a
yeah.
4-5, I believe, is what he called.
We get an update on sheet D as well. It appears that the Yang Rink stole 2 in the first over Kraft, so it scores 2-0 after 1. Oh, nice job of the Supers pulling that, finishing that that shot in. Nice toss by Greg Dykes. Comes Dan Cho with his second stone.
Line's tight. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Gonna get a bump. Gonna get a bump.
Oh, they got it by.
Okay, up, up, up.
That's going to push that out to the open. Kevin looking to tap that behind the red. I like the call. Oh, it's Dickie Scott, not Scott Dickey. My apologies. I'm sure there were people on the chat room correcting me as soon as I said it, so pardon the delay.
That one didn't get any curl at all.
It did not. Got a nice sexy double here.
Normal.
This is Mike McKenzie's first stone in the second end.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Is he calling
Whoa.
whoa before
To
that was
be
even out of his hand?
Way wide, yeah.
Nah, I don't think so.
Might get the long double. No,
That's
that's
going
okay.
to just clip one. All right. Kevin calling for top 8 on the other side of the center line. got to move too.
That's a little deep maybe too.
No, that finished pretty well.
That's finished pretty
Wow,
good.
that's
Yeah.
that was. I didn't think it was going to be doing that even when it got to about the 3 guard, but that really snuck in.
You guys like this, or do you like breaking that up?
What do you like, Brian?
Well, unfortunately for him, that first he would love to have that first guard back now.
Yeah.
That's the thing that's causing him trouble. I
Like
mean,
the draw?
he does have the backing now. He just saw the line. I mean, I don't mind the draw,
No,
Okay.
but you're kind of
limiting yourself.
you're limiting yourself exactly when you do that, because you're not going to have a lot of room to get another second shot in there.
Nope.
Well, he decided to go for the draw, I believe.
And you hope you get it in. If you leave it high, that's not going to help your cause.
It's not high.
Not at all.
Gotta move a lot.
It's very weight sensitive curl.
Yeah.
See, you get a little
See how much
extra on
Kevin
it.
can get this through. That's
not-
going to go all the way through. So Kevin's probably going to block that up. Yep. Comes Justin Lehman's vice skip for the Philly squad.
There's the
First rock in the second.
big old green screen. All right. No.
It's got to move again.
That would move.
You should have a lot less weight than the previous shot, so
Yeah.
as long as it comes over the end.
I'd say that really did a whole heck of a lot.
Yeah, that shot's still wide open. Let's take a look there. Yeah.
Same shot. Okay.
So Brian, how many of these have you played in?
I'm taking less ice.
Or had played in?
I
Alex
believe
here.
I only ended
Going
up
here.
playing in 2 or 3
Aha.
somehow. I believe 3.
3. Oh, that's pretty good. Whereabouts?
That was with preserving my year of eligibility by taking a year off after my son
Oh,
was
you're
born.
on the guard
so
right now. Here it comes. Here it
I
comes.
redshirted a
Yeah,
year.
yeah,
Um,
Whoa,
I've
whoa, whoa.
obviously played here when it was here.
Uh-huh.
Nice
I
shot.
believe I played in
That's a-
Rochester. That is a nice shot
That
right
was
there.
a really nice shot.
But as we mentioned before, now the Philly Bucks team is just going to draw right down on top of
Yep.
it.
And clog that up. The gentleman on seat C wins for the best sweeping hair of anybody here.
Nice
It's like a
beard.
ponytail that kind of falls over his forehead. And it's
the
very
beard,
fine,
the
too. That's
beard effect is
fantastic.
pretty good, too, yeah.
Yeah. You know, I recognize him from last year. And you know how I recognize him?
You have the same hair?
No, he beat me last year, too.
Oh, you beat.
Yeah, that guy beat me, too.
I'm sensing a trend here. A lot of people have beaten Hot Shot Tony
Not
over here.
true, not true.
Little bump.
They all just happen to be
Same
here
shot,
tonight.
Mike. Okay.
They are in the A event,
ice.
so, you know, that's
Yeah.
something, right?
Yeah, that's when we played them. We played in the A event last year as well. We both had 2 wins under our belt. And lost in a real close one.
Line's tight.
So there,
Okay.
the Philly Bucks team crashed on that guard and opened it up for now. There's a
Yes.
chance for Broomstones to sneak another one
Whoa.
in there.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Just clean. Just clean. Just clean.
I like the line on this one, too. Nice. Very nice weight
And
there.
They do sit too.
Nice shots, Mike.
Two nice guards.
That's what he's
2
on
nice
with it.
shots from Mike Sampson. He's happy. And he should be.
Doing. Any sponsors you'd like to thank?
What do you think, Joe? Is there a double there?
the one. Easy.
I
kinda
think it's
tough.
going to. I don't see how you get double that at jamming on that yellow back there.
Yeah, he can't really cross the face of that.
On the Canadian sheep.
Can't really cross the face of that one, so it's going to be a tough shot.
Shout out to the drop piece.
It looks he's got the ice for a hit at least though.
Sweet chicken.
I don't know if he noses that. Does yellow end up sitting second shot or not? It's hard to tell.
It's hard to tell. It's kind of tough to see what the separation is from this angle with those two red stones and where they're all going to go. Not on it yet. Oh, there we go.
It's tight to that guard. Oh, just sneaks it by.
Oh, okay. He got one.
Lost
Not
his
too
back
bad.
yellow, and I can't tell.
I
Is
can't
yellow
tell.
shot or not? Let's take a look.
I think
We're
they
shot,
are
right?
by a whisker, because it
I don't
looks
like
like
that
that the
yellow,
yellow is in a bit more in the red, because I think the
I
red
think
rock
they're,
in the
trying to
back
pick
is
it out, it's
touching
gonna
a
jam, right?
small sliver of the 8-foot.
We could. Holy rocket over there. We could just guard it. He's got the other angle over here though. He's got the tap over there. Perfectly.
That's how you know you're
back
playing in
too,
Washington,
you know?
D.C., because you can listen in on them and they can't hear us.
Got the spy tech going on
Yes.
here.
Over here.
Interesting that he would call a guard.
So I've been here for
I
your
guess he
shots.
thinks he can't get across to the face of that in order to.
So I'd probably come out a little more.
I guess.
Yeah, I'm clearly worried about the yellow tap up.
Yeah, that is the risk.
So he's going to play the guard, and maybe if he get
All right,
he can
guys,
get his
we gotta-
own red
we
frozen
gotta
to
guard.
that,
We're counting
the corner
by
of
a
that
couple
yellow
inches.
rock.
So
Set up the shot for the
yeah,
second.
I'm
second
afraid
one.
if we try to chip that out, then we're gonna roll off
Todd
and we're gonna
sounded-
jam, and he's gonna be sitting a bunch, right? So
Todd sounded pretty confident that he has shot rock.
Tap up on the other side. Those are angled up nicely, but I'll give him that one right now. Yeah. Yeah. I'd like a 2 guard.
2 yards. So
45,
not
50,
anywhere near what I
60,
was thinking.
65.
I think he doesn't actually want to touch that yellow. He's
No.
worried about. He thinks he's shot, so he doesn't want to bump that in and give them a
It is a little bit more
freebie.
ice than I just gave Mike. 60. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's all tap. That's all tap.
Now he is running that danger tapping. Right?
Yeah, he sure is.
A bump off that red would be nice.
Now
Gonna
trying to
try
play
and
the wick
Play
off.
the
of
wick
red.
off. That's smart.
Does get a little wick.
It's not horrible.
I think he pretty much took away that
Little.
56.
the tap up of the yellow.
Yeah. Quick update on sheet C. Looks like the Nutmeg Rink stole one. They're now up 4-0 after 2.
Well,
That is also an A event
What's that?
matchup.
yeah, anything light will move. Yeah. Yeah, the 2 drives that they made really moved at the end too. So. Yeah, the only thing about that is now I can't really do anything with that. Right? But I mean, if we get our 1 here, that's fine. I'm gonna try to draw it and tap up.
think they are actually trying to get around that red, maybe seeing if they can get a little tap on their own. But it's all over the front reds there. No chance.
No chance.
And it's looking like if Broomstones is confident that they are sitting one, I guess they can try to draw to the side of the 4-foot then.
Try to, yeah, I guess.
It's a hammer, so I mean.
If I'm the vice for Philadelphia, I am absolutely calling a measurement, at least from the vantage points that we have from both the side and both from the overhead camera.
Let's take a look here again, the overhead again. It's pretty tight, but kind of looks like red is shot. It's hard to tell. But.
What? Sorry. Take a look at an outside? What do you mean? There's no reward there. There's no reward at all. No reward at all. Yep. No, I mean, I tried to see if there was a tap angle ray. It's way too risky. Yeah. Let's just throw it away.
So there you have it, throwing this one away.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna hog it.
But again,
Basically just taking their one.
assuming he's got it, I'm really pressed to say that one is definitely red. I mean,
Let's take
nope,
another look.
that's it. I guess they think too because they're pulling it away. Okay, that's one for red. Scores 2-1 Philly after 2. A couple other scores on sheet D. Looks like the second end is over. Kraft gets a single, scores 2-1 Yang after 2. And the second end is over on A. However, they haven't hung the score yet, so once they do, we will let you know.
I like the guard now.
I think you're 2.
Line's really tight. It's okay. Just get it over and up, over and up.
Put it on.
Over and up. Come on, guys, get it over.
Okay.
Over and up. Come on, come on, come on, dude.
Put in this.
It's okay.
Sorry about that, folks. We're having a little bit of a family emergency. And Mr. Rockenbach is going to have to take off here. Just trying to get things sorted out real quick for you. And so we're going to welcome Mr. David Baxter to the mic. How you doing,
Good evening,
Dave?
Brian.
Alrighty. See you, Joe.
Take it out.
Mr. Baxter has been watching from behind our vantage point
control.
here, and so he knows everything that's gone on in this game so far, right?
Mostly I was watching the sheet beside this one, Brian, so. The last end looked interesting down here, though. A lot of rocks in play in the house.
Yeah, line's tight. Yeah.
It was interesting. It was somewhat of an interesting
Yeah, come on, guys.
call
you're
that
holding it. Come on,
Broomstones
yeah, you
basically
got it.
just
Come on,
decided
come on,
to take
hard,
one
Hard.
And not try for the second?
and not try to, draw the corner of the 4-foot or something to
Right.
get a second point. And that one just does manage to get out.
Nice sweep, guys. Last one, control. It was control. I like control again.
Trading hits here, it looks like, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Clean end.
line's
Last
better.
one, the last end was a little bit slow,
It's gotta come back. It's gotta come back.
and
Here it comes.
they are on a somewhat of a time limit.
Yes,
Not a
indeed.
per team time limit, but an overall game time limit. So they have to. They have about 57 minutes, really? Wow. 57 minutes to begin
To begin the 7th.
the 7th end.
Yep. And here
And
we
they-
are just, well,
just
halfway
starting the
through
third,
the
yeah.
third end. So. It's not bad to have a clean end, pick up a bit of time.
Exactly.
But I think Yellow's drawing in here for a second.
Yeah, the Broomstones had a little trouble with the outside hits there.
Same shot.
They had one that hit the outside and rolled out, and then they had another one that just stayed wide.
And
Definitely a tricky spot if you're familiar with the Potomac Ice. They're trying to get the hits on the outside there.
like
And-
you and I are.
Yeah. They are going after that one
I'm gonna
again.
try again, yep.
See how they do this time.
Yes.
This one's curling a bit.
Take the roll. Take the roll. Yeah, all the
It's
way over.
going to roll all the way over nicely towards
Nice shot,
that
Mike.
yellow.
Nice shot.
Pretty nice shot. Yep. The bonus, even though he didn't get all the way in front of there, is that there's no way that yellow Philly Bucks can hit and roll away from it, really, because then they just jam on their own rock. So
Right. The best they could do is hit and roll right in front of their own.
exactly, which would set up a possibility of a double.
For a
And this
double,
one is
yeah.
looking like
Got
little
jam
jam.
on it.
Yep.
Yep.
Get rid of it. Control. Clean. Clean. Yes. Yeah, hurry, guys. Nice sweep, guys. Great sweep.
Nicely done there.
Nicely done. Red line 2. It just takes
Yep,
2
Broomstones.
rocks to change it in completely around.
We've seen this many times in the Dykes tournament here.
You bet.
Dykes Bonspiel. Still an open house, though. I mean, if they trade a couple more hits, maybe he can set up a double at some point.
Sure.
Definitely a chance for Philly Bucks to get right back in it.
No, it just takes one miss the other
Although
way.
he does need to hit this one first.
He does. And I don't think he will.
Wow. I think it was just
That was a little light, I think.
two downweight hits in a row, really. It's just not going to get it done.
No.
3-4.
It's good that the ice has some swing to it, but you have to adjust accordingly with your weight.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, really, though, both of those hits were really only hack weight, if that.
If
And
that.
He was
Yes.
not giving them
Line's
ice
good,
for
clean,
hack weight, I don't
clean.
think so.
For sure.
Switch, switch, switch. This didn't curl as much as I thought it was. No, I think you're right on line. That one didn't curl as much as the other one.
I think he did get a biter out of that one.
They got a nibble. Line 3.
That one looks wide.
Yes.
It got better weight at least this time. Well, it's coming in okay.
Yeah, he'll get a corner of it. Unfortunately, he jammed on the rock in the back, and it's still staying in the house.
You want to go here? Yeah. Right there?
So Broomstone's still lying 3.
And he's just going to hit it again. Yeah. Oh, Dykes is on the side. We go to the same person on the other side. I think they're right here.
So I didn't catch the call. I think they're just going to try to draw behind that red.
They're drawing behind the
another
top
one.
red, yes.
I want to bury it behind it if I can. Okay. He wants to keep it exposed and keep it a little higher, but okay. I don't know how much this is gonna move, but yeah, I know. So I'd try to bury it, but so just just be aware of the switch, right? So. That feels light to me. Feels light to me.
Sweeper's on this one early. Definitely is light.
Yeah, this could be guard.
And it's
looked like it might
reverse
pick.
handle there.
Yeah, it looked like it might have
Wow.
picked there.
It was at least going to block up the middle a little bit for him, but now that's
I thought I put enough.
didn't do a whole lot of anything there. So now let's see if the
That was a horrible shot.
Kevin Stayer
Yeah, it's
can bail his team out here.
Going to try to freeze to the back ones. Reshot. Well, they had a rush to it, yeah. Now they're on it.
Trying to get all the way back to that one.
Yes.
That's
They tap it. It will be shot. They tap the rock back, and there's room to get at it if they choose to.
Do you want to try to sit on this one, or do you want to try to hit this one? No, I don't want to do that because then he's got to open hit for 2, right? Or if we hit this, he only has the draw for 1. There's a jam there possibly, but I think let's go here.
So a bit of discussion on this one. Skip kind of thinks that he wants to throw the hit.
I mean, we got to hit.
He's got to hit it on the outside, and then basically leaving Philly Bucks the draw for 1.
Right. They catch the outside corner.
Yeah.
They could remove the
even
yellow
if-
stone and leave the 2 behind in play. They could come, obviously, right to the front and be shot.
We just need to hit it a little bit off nose, and
What's that?
that'll be fine.
Watch the clock. Okay. We're gonna go normal.
Final stone away for Broomstones. Trying to avoid a jam on the back there. Seems like, do you have the line on that, Dave?
I think they're going to jam.
Let's see, how did that end up here?
Well, red is shot. The stone just played, but yellow is second shot in behind. A nose hit on the red stone would be count 2.
That was the danger of going after that one.
Right. Nose hit, they probably prefer a little inside just to be sure.
Guys see anything differently? These guys are not repeat.
I'm working with the bar and I saw that you signed up to close with me. I was the only one closing. I was the only one.
And they were on it early, now off, now back on again. That's usually a good sign.
Get rid of that, Mike. Come on. Come on. Yeah. Hard. All the way. Come on. Nice job. All right.
No, it rolled out, so yellow will only score 1.
Let's go, guys.
You make everybody feel better. This guy is totally
And scoring 1 in the third end.
He's got some.
Team Philly Bucks leading Broomstones 3-1 after 3 ends.
Mr. Baxter, you want to maybe give an update on the other sheets real
Sure,
quick while I have a
absolutely.
chance? The other sheets, by the way, are way ahead of this sheet.
Yes, they are. They're playing the fourth end, all of them. On sheet A, Team McNeil from Potomac, coming back from a rough outing last night, are leading 4-0 over
Lucerarian
Lucerarian.
from Cape Cod.
Thank you.
I had to pronounce that a few times last night.
There you go. On sheet C, after 3, we have team, I believe it's Simia from Nutmeg leading Team Karai from Potomac by score 4-1. And over on sheet D, after 3 ends, it's tied up 2-2. Team Yang, and they're from Team Yang. They're from
Yeah, that looks
Ardsley, is
heavy.
that true?
Ardsley, correct.
How about that? And
No, if it's a 3, leave
Team
it.
Kraft from
If it's a 3,
Plainfield.
leave it. Don't want it in. I don't want it in.
We're just starting the fourth end.
Shot, Dan.
The first stone for Philly is biting the top of the 12, and Broomstones through a corner guard. Now an attempt to come in behind that. No, he's just trying to come to just to the front. Close to the rings, but not in. It's a very nice shot.
Can I hit this? Control. Yes.
Unfortunately, they hit the wrong stone, and that stone will be replaced. call was a straight bump of the top rock into the 4-foot, but instead the rock came in at an angle and split the rocks on. Now Philly line 2.
It's not a bad result, really.
It's a very nice result. The shot stone is behind cover.
Yeah, I think that was kind of his bonus shot. If he
Sure.
T-line.
was trying for the bump up, and if the other one happened to roll over and be in the house as well, that's totally fine with him.
Absolutely. Now the call is to get behind all of this.
Got plenty of line, plenty of line. Oh. Yeah!
Trying plan B here and try to come in off, but
Come on, get a whip on this.
I think that's gone.
No, not enough.
Oh, just a little
Sorry,
tick.
guys.
Just a tick. So Philly's still lying 2, shot stone behind cover, and he thought about the biter in front and instead is going for the draw shot behind the guards.
Looking a little heavy there.
Yeah, it looks like it's got some weight. Actually, with the last tap of his brush, I think he went back to putting something up front. But that was a little heavy.
Let's see. It's kind of half buried there, but it's
It's behind the tee and
behind the tee is not the.
not really going to help.
Yeah, still like this. Plenty of line. 8. It's got to go. No. There it goes. Whoa, 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 whoa. Keep it high, keep it high. Keep it high. I shot, Mike. Yeah.
Very nice draw into the 4-foot for Broomstones to be shot.
This is the time people like doing streaming and shit. I think we're good.
I don't think that Philly would mind at all a nose hit here and get rid of the rock that's behind the tee as well. Seems to be pretty light though. It's going to wreck on the guard.
Like this?
What do you think here,
Probably
Mr.
like
Baxter?
this.
I really don't mind coming down to the shot stone as an option. I don't mind the hit of the yellow stone in front of the shot stone and rolling over. The problem with just throwing a guard is you're never 100% sure you're going to make a perfect one. And the red stone is shot, but yellow counts the next 4. So
Exactly, yeah. That is a precarious position right
It
now.
is.
I believe what he ended up deciding is that he's going to try to split that shot rock over and maybe try to get both his shooter and the shot rock to roll behind cover somewhere. So
Okay.
let's see how this
See
works
how
out.
it goes.
It's looking a little hot
Yeah.
though. And it might just be playing the straight run back even here.
Okay, well,
Well, he's got a
Oh,
bit of
that's
an
not
angle.
bad, actually.
Got a bit of an angle.
So now he is sitting 2. And not really in position to double him out or anything like that.
No.
So thinking he's going to just straight hit that the open red one.
Open, yes, and open it up.
And if he can just sit right there after he hits it, it's going to be really tough for Broomstones to get another one in anywhere. He's got that. And a little roll in
Little
front.
rollover.
And as we mentioned, now it's really tough now to get another red in there anywhere.
Get another red in, yes.
we're 1, but I like blowing this up. No?
This is an interesting situation. He was in a similar situation in the second hand,
Okay.
where he was sitting shot rock, and instead of trying, I thought he had a better chance in that situation to actually get a second
Here?
rock in for a second shot somehow. But he elected to guard it instead. And now he immediately said, maybe we should blow this up, which is a
Right.
complete reversal from his first.
From what happened
We
in the
could,
second hand.
but
Yeah, he's still not sure about
I'm not
that.
really sure how he can blow this up and still have that. I guess the red could jam into the back there, so
let's hit
Sure.
this.
that must be what he's thinking. Is
Okay.
that, but you know, if it jams in the back, then it's probably because the yellow is jamming it back,
Control.
Correct.
and that's not.
That's not going to be helpful. I think he's calling for control weight, trying to hit the yellow stone and roll behind cover over on the left side again. If he does hit the yellow stone at the right angle, it will
Whoa,
go
whoa, whoa.
out the right side. This one
Pretty
looks
wide,
a little
though.
wide.
On the
Yep.
yellow.
He's
Down some
coming down the top yellow here.
Uh-oh.
And
Ouch.
that's not what they wanted.
That hurts. That's
Indeed.
just. I mean, that was a tough shot. You have to say, but
It's okay. Take it off.
certainly you didn't think that it would end up like that.
The situation now for yellow, if they hit the rock that was just promoted in to be shot on the side, they could hit it into the red and knock the red out. That's an aggressive play.
Pretty sure that's not what he's called.
It is not what he's called.
That would be a very aggressive play. I agree.
Well, the thing
it was-
is, when you've got
there's
five
not really
in,
a downside to that.
right,
either.
when you've got five in there, and you're already shot, and it'll be difficult for him to remove that. I just might take a chance at it.
Yeah, absolutely. This one's hanging out there, not really
There
coming
you go.
back.
They're waiting for it to come back, and
Trying
it's
to
not.
get it to come back.
Came back at the very end a little. Surprising with that weight that it didn't come back as much.
Yeah,
Hit this first.
it does tighten it up
Bring it over
a
here.
little bit.
And sit here. Okay. So, right there.
So I think they are decided to try for
Go through
at least peeling one of those two
In front?
yellows in front, and maybe if they're lucky, get both of them.
Do you think there's room between them to go through and get to the shot stone?
If you do, you're probably going to tick your own that red in the back four
I'm
out.
gonna go normal with this.
I don't know that that shot is really there. I think he'd be happy just to get rid of some of that other yellows in the front there.
No worries. See you tomorrow.
The big weight here.
They haven't laid a brush to it.
Maybe he will go through that hole. Prove me wrong.
Looks that way.
Oh, no, he does
no,
take the one. Oh.
And he ticked his own out. The worst possible result.
I hate to say that I said that could happen.
Wow.
But I said if it somehow managed to get through there, it was going to jam his own out.
That's
and
right.
Sure
If they put a guard out front now, they potentially could be lying 7 at the end of this shot.
Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that red is. No,
I'm,
you're right.
I'm looking at it
6.
right here in front. It looks like it's out counting it. So they could be lying 7
is
here.
sitting 6.
And plugging up the middle, what does red have to get in there to count?
Nothing. Absolutely
I
nothing.
don't
I mean,
think
if he just puts one in the top 8.
Right. Yeah, biting 8 on the center line, then things are looking pretty rough.
Let's see if he has the line on this one. They've thrown a lot of draws on this this same line, so I feel like he should know what it's going to do. Not laying a broom to that at all.
No, they
he
aren't.
doesn't want it to be deep because then he just gives him an out.
Right. Now they're on it.
Trying to get that to drag over a little bit.
It's starting to curl.
That's a pretty good shot.
And it's a very nice shot.
Now what do we do?
You got a hole though. It's about. What do you think? He can get through that, and he's got a little backing even almost.
Yep.
But he's got to probably throw the opposite turn, don't you think? He's got to throw the in-turn.
If he throws the in-turn, he has more backing, yes.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
No, I think I want to try.
And then it's going to be weight sensitive in
a
terms
little
of how much it
heavier,
curls.
Right.
So
And the thing is, they haven't thrown this turn.
they haven't done this turn.
They've been throwing all out
That's
turns
right.
this whole end.
Yeah,
So
that's correct. She's going to give it a try.
yeah.
Room is down.
Did that? Well, the good news is I think that yellow did end up not being 7th shot.
No, I think you're right.
So they are only sitting 6.
They're only 6 at this point.
Only.
For this amount of room, we're looking at what, maybe a bumper?
I did not hear what he said.
Yeah, I did not.
Got to get through that port.
Needless to say, a critical
Time
shot.
to be
on
a
the
hero. Right, Dylan?
All right, big shot
the
here.
way.
Yes! Yes, line! Hard! Come on, guys,
It's definitely
hard!
down weight.
Hard!
It is.
That's curling a
And
lot.
it's curling.
They might
Come
bump
on,
that
get the
yellow
rebound.
in
They
for
may.
7.
They just might make this 7,
It does.
and that's what they've done.
And there's a steal of 7.
A steal of 7.
Mr. Baxter, I feel like I have to point out, this is the 2nd steal of 7 in this event.
Yes, it is. I was witness to the first steal of 7 last night. When I mentioned that Alan McNeil of Potomac had a rough outing last night, it was he who gave up a steal of 7 in the first end of his game last night.
Yep, he dug himself a deep hole and pretty much went nowhere but down from there.
Right. Shook
But
after 4.
he's coming back pretty well this time around. He
Yes,
has a
he is.
4-2 lead now over Lucerarian from Cape Cod.
Every time
over
we
on
need
G-Day.
to, every time we need to say that name, I'll just hand it over to you.
There you go.
In the other games, we have Team Yang, who is now ahead of Team Kraft 3-2 after 4 ends over on sheet D, and then on sheet C, Team Simia looks like they scored 2 in the 4th and are leading 6-1 after 4 over Team Karai.
Easy, guys. Easy, easy, easy.
And once again, just in case you were wondering, we are almost a full end behind every other game at this point.
Yes.
I'm seeing skip rocks over on A and C and vice rocks on D already, and we are only at lead rocks over here.
It's fine. You're on the top one. That's okay. Keep coming. Keep coming. Keep coming.
Mr. Baxter, did I miss something? It looks like they only put up 6 on our scoreboard there. Did we not think that that was a steal of 7?
It is officially
We know
6,
that now.
unless somebody can't count. Certainly look from our view of the rings that it was 7. But they hung up 6.
They hung up 6, yeah.
There we are.
I'm not
It
really
is
sure
6.
what happened there. Sorry, I'm just trying to confirm with the warm room people, but we all thought it was 7.
In the 5th end, Team Simu stole 3 to lead 9-1 over on sheet C, and Courtney has helpfully brought out a round of jello shots for the team that is a little bit behind over there.
That's what you get for being the hometown team, right?
Absolutely. The perks.
Yes, line.
And the team quickly running down to get those shots.
They saw them, and now the sprint is on.
You got it. You got it. You got it. Come on. Up, up, up. Kind of hanging out there at the end. That's good. That's good.
I believe, Mr. Baxter, that that particular team has an RV in the parking lot.
They do.
So they do not need to go anywhere tonight.
They don't.
So
that was very good planning on their part to take care of any contingency by only having to stagger to the RV at the end of the night.
So what's happening on this sheet anyways? I haven't been paying any attention at all.
Well, we have a Philly stone on the button that is shot. Most stones on the button are shot. And Broomstone stone, top 8, full in the 8. Second shot. It is behind two Philly stones, one full in the 12-foot and one biting that are third and fourth shot.
Normal.
And I think it's time to clear up the front.
This hit is looking a little wide again. It's coming back, though, a little bit.
It's coming back, yep.
There he goes. I think that's pretty much what he called for, actually.
I like that.
Tried to jostle those two a little bit.
Unfortunately, where the shot, the rock that was just thrown ended up,
Doesn't
right in
really
front
give
again,
up a
it,
play.
it staggers the front again, and
Yeah.
all Philly has to do is throw another guard again, and it's just going to be one more rock in the way.
Yeah, normally I would say with a 9 or 10-1 lead, you don't really want this many yards up, but it seems to be working out for him at least.
No, I think this house works for Philly just fine. Over on sheet A, after 5 ends, Team McNeil scored 1 in the 5th and now lead 5-2.
And as predicted, another staggered guard there.
Right, that's quite the wall that's been built up. They haven't. I'm sorry, I was going to say they hadn't hung the score on sheet D yet for the 5th end. There's a very good reason for that, because the 5th end isn't over.
That is the tightest game of the group going on right now. So, and there is a lot of action in the house. So, not surprised that one's slowing down quite a bit. Only a single point separating the two teams.
You can. All right, yeah, let's do this. Let's hit this. Normal.
Again, he's trying again sort of for the same shot, but then as we saw last time, he might end up leaving his own red as another guard, even if he does make the shot. So we'll see how it works out for him.
This one has a little more weight to it.
Didn't really do a whole lot there.
No, I did not.
Still a lot of guards up there.
Now, Philly Skip asking for a higher guard.
Sure. You know what the bad part is about the shot they just threw? The one possibility they might have had to promote a red on the corner there just got jammed out.
It got jammed out, yeah.
Where am I going? That's my second stone.
All right, so way behind. All right, so the last Vice Rock here for Broomstones, trying to figure out a way to get in somewhere.
Get rid of this.
Well, they decided that there's nothing much else to do other than get rid of the high guard. Looks a little wide.
What did he end up hitting there?
He hit it,
his
his
own
own red rock, yeah.
Okay.
So now the front is a sea of yellow.
And it will be more yellow. I'm
Expect
sensing
more
there.
yellow, yes.
Not better. And yellow. Because then we ended up blowing it up and we took the end of it. It was a tough shot. You have to chip it up there.
Nice sweeping there to get that one over.
Staggered
Does
guard
flutter
up
up a little
front.
more.
The problem is, if I try to run this back, it's going to hit that and that one's going to go out and then we're going to screw it.
Mr. Baxter, what do you think about running that red straight back or something?
I think that is all you have.
I think if you do that, if the worst case scenario, you maybe open up that side a little bit.
Correct.
Because that other side with all the yellows is not happening anywhere. They pretty much blocked access to your red rock that's close to the 4-foot. So I think that I don't know.
No,
At
I
this point,
agree.
you're down 9-1. You have to try something.
Right.
So we go here.
Even if it does risk kind of running your own red
If we go
out
here, he's just
somehow.
going to take it out. He's going to be higher though, right?
So now he's trying to think 2 shots ahead.
But if he's higher, we may get the tap.
You could do some sort of setup shot by putting a red rock out on the right-hand side of the sheet as we look at it.
So
Planning the next shot to bump it
then
in.
he's going to throw up a guard, right?
The hard part is to put it in a place where Philly is not going to want to try to play on it. Because otherwise he's just going to nail it.
We get that one, whatever.
Yeah, another high guard in front of it, and then there's nothing.
I have no idea what this ice is for.
Gonna go normal, right?
The only thing I can think of is they're attempting to remove the 1, 2, 3. Well, the guard closest to the rings on the right-hand side that is yellow, and try to open up a bit of
We're gonna try to stick that out.
a sight line to their red sitting in the 8-foot.
Want us to try to draw something in and maybe get an angle off something later, but we just need to throw off the guard and take it out. I think this is our best chance. The score is 1. Down 8, we're gonna try to score 1.
Definitely got hit weight,
Yeah, I'm gonna flash it.
and he's a little wide.
He is wide.
I'm gonna flash it. Oh my
That isn't going to come back.
This gets worse.
I mean, that's the same kind of thing that happened the other day. Red took out all their own and left us 7.
Well, with the setup shot no longer there, the only thing that I can see that red would really have to play to score would be, as we suggested before, the running in the red. on the side.
Like a 1? Like a 1? 2? All right.
Handshakes on sheet C as Team Simia is victorious over Team Karai.
Feeling where we might be seeing handshakes over here pretty soon too. Again, sweeping hard just to get this one over. This is one of those ones where if your skip does hug it, you don't really care that much.
Yeah, it's not such a bad thing.
They did leave that shot though. I mean, I still think that's the only thing he has.
Yeah.
The red run back is the only thing he has left. He's got it's kind of a miracle shot.
Sure.
He's basically got to run it back, try to maybe get to the nose of that yellow, and maybe get the double out.
And knock it
somehow.
out for a double, yep.
I don't think that's a shot at all. I don't know why he's looking at that. Well, I guess maybe he thinks if he can run in that yellow and pick out the yellow that's on the button, he'll get 1. But 1 against a 9. 9 to 1, make it 9 to 2.
What happens if we hit this?
Yeah,
That's not.
now
We
they're
can't
finally
double them
over
off
here.
this way, can we? It's gonna hit our red out anyway.
I don't think you have a choice.
Using our own stone possibly gets us a double and gets us 2. Right, but if we hit here,
I mean,
hit
what's the
here,
worst case scenario?
it's just gonna jam
I don't know
the
that he's
stick,
going
right? I don't think we can get the angle to get them both to go. I don't think we're gonna be able to do
The
that.
worst case scenario is
Maybe.
he knocks out the
I don't
red
think
on
we're gonna
the
chip it the right
8
way.
foot with the yellow. But at this point, with the score being what it is, there is
there
giving
is
up
one
no-
versus
Even
giving
getting
up,
1 or 2,
I
I
guess,
don't think it
3 or
really
4.
means
there is no
anything,
worst
so
case at this
you
point.
gotta
You
hit
have
it
to
down.
make the try for 2.
I think he's got to try the shot. So
You gotta hit it right here.
I think if he gets to the nose of that yellow,
Right here.
then they both go. I mean, but it's one of those tough shots.
Sure.
Not what you want to have to throw as a skip.
No, I wouldn't want to be throwing this. Update on sheet D, steal of 1 by Team Yang. They lead Team Kraft now 4 to 2. They're playing in the 6th one.
I mean, I don't want to use his, because then it's just throwing it low in. I mean, if we double them out, we get 2. The chances of this are really, 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 really long. But I'd rather use our own here. Yeah, normal.
It's away. Nobody's sweeping yet. It's pretty close.
It looks
Not
pretty
long
good.
by much, but
And
Wow.
they bumped the
That
yellow
was-
in for 2.
well, I mean, like I said, there were.
And that will be
They're
the
shaking. They are shaking.
there's handshakes.
So officially an 11-1 final, although we thought it was 12-1.
Well, we
but
thought it might be 12, yes.
no matter. Bear with us a few moments here. I'm going to see if we can reorient cameras somehow and maybe get some bonus coverage somewhere. But I'm going to need some help with that. So.
this one is like way over in the corner. Like you could move it.
As far as moving them individual bits, I don't know. That can be done, but they feel like the hammer.
All right, so we're going to try to give you a little bonus coverage here over on sheet D, which is our one of the only two games remaining, and the closest one. And that is Yang from Ardsley against, who is that again?
Kraft from Plainfield.
Kraft from Plainfield. There you go. Thank you.
They're in the 6th end, and there's a whole lot of yellow stones in the house.
Oh, thank you. Is that still on? Can't tell if it's off. There.
Team Yankees played play a guard, and they are lying. There's a red stone in the back. Their yellow is lying at least 4, maybe 5. Probably 5.
So, I didn't catch the shot call, did you?
I think they are trying to come in.
Are they bumping their own, or are they trying to just
They may be
straight
trying
draw?
to bump their own.
No, that's not the right angle for a straight tap.
Oh,
Straight
this looks
draw.
good. This looks nice.
Wow, that's nice.
Very nice shot.
Very nicely done. So now
Red lies one.
Yang pretty much follows him right down, and
Thank you.
so right now Andrew Kraft from Plainfield is sitting shot rock, and I believe they have the hammer.
They do. Things have tightened up on sheet A, Brian. Team, I'll let you say it.
Lucerarian?
Thank you. Scored 2 in the 6th end to narrow Team McNeil's lead to 5-4. Playing down the 7th.
Both the remaining games are B event games. The A event games
We're
wrapped
over
up
quickly.
early.
Yes.
And Yang's draw ends up a little bit short, but it does make it tougher for Andrew Kraft to get in for a second shot.
I think he can either
He
do a
probably
straight
uses
draw
own there.
or tap the red in.
Looks
That
like
was
the
on the
ice
way.
to me looks like a tap, but I could be wrong.
Their sweepers were on it right away. Looks a little
They're
light to me.
Still trying to get that straight tap back.
Yeah, it's light.
Light. They got to get into the forfeit. That's not going to get there.
No.
Yep, well short.
And Kraft will score 1 in the 6th, and that game now is 4-3 for Team Yang after 6, and Yang will have the hammer.
There's 1 minute left on the clock.
Okay.
Trying to start the second.
Yeah, they're fine, and they should throw.
So we were just checking the time clock. There was a minute left on the time clock to start the 7th end over on sheet D.
And did they make it, or did they not?
And they made it by 55 seconds.
There
so
we go.
No problem.
No problem.
But I did notice that Andrew Kraft was down in the hack while his vice was calling the shots rather than trying to discuss it beforehand and stuff. Make sure you save that a little bit of time just to make sure they had the 8 ends. A 1-point game. They want to play all of them.
You bet.
So. There in the background, you hear the bell signifying finish the end, you're on, plus 1 more. Dobbs is a taskmaster, if nothing else. Hard nosed. Battle of the stick curlers.
All right, the 7th end is begun over on sheet D. We have the center guard for Team Kraft, a corner guard for Team Yang, and now Team Kraft appears to be going around the corner, and it made it to the 12-foot for shot. He attempted to, Team Yang attempted to come to the red stone, but bounced off, and now I believe is in the open, and Team Kraft will try to remove it. Keepers are on it right out of the hand. And just by their guard, but is going to miss the yellow stone entirely. Team Young shots came to rest in front of their own rock, and Team Kraft's took out one of the yellow rocks, moved the other, and the yellow stone in the rings is now shot.
I was waiting for this all night. The McNeil meltdown.
This draw is going to come up short. Oh, and wrecked on the guard. And now Kraft is trying to figure out how the best way to get at the shot stone. It's called for a hack weight shot. And they're sweeping right away on this again. And got it by their guard. They are going to get shot stone and lie two. Very nice shot.
Very nice indeed. They're now in a good position, sitting two. They're down by 1 point, so apologize for not having the scoreboard up. I didn't really want to mess around with all that. So it's good enough that I got the cameras working. I'm happy with that.
You don't need that when you're. What? You don't need that. Well, the Team Yang did take out the shot stone and move over beside the other red stone, and
pretty close. Looks red to me.
Looks red to you.
What do you think?
Yes, I would say red. And certainly by the shot selection by Team Kraft, I think they think it's red. They're drawing to the other side. Skip coming out to help with the sweeping.
Yeah, they've got to struggle to get that in. That's
not going to make it.
If the skip is nice, he'll say, we can use that.
Right.
It is usable. I mean,
and it is.
It is
usable, maybe.
Technically usable.
Sure.
It only really needs to bump it up a couple of feet. Of course, if he takes it out, then it's not usable.
It won't be usable anymore, correct. That seems to be the call.
Could be a nice shot if he does. Yeah, he definitely got all of that. No problem there. So I'm going to say that's not usable anymore there, Mr.
No,
Rancher.
it is not. But the Yellowstone.
The draw is still there, maybe.
Well, the Yellowstone is usable for a hit and roll.
It's kind of thin. Maybe.
Sure.
It's kind of hard to get in for second shot with that. Look at the angle on that. See it?
Oh, you're right.
The angle on that, just I don't know that that's really there.
Not as good as I thought it was.
Now we do not have these skips mic'd up, so I have no idea what they're actually calling. Just have to speculate based on where he put the broom. I'm saying he's going to try to draw between the hole behind behind his own red there.
He is on the sweepers.
I'm not entirely sure why they were doing
that. And I have
that.
no idea why he was on the sweepers. But he's opened up completely.
A lot of frustration over there.
Yeah, he's opened up the other side completely.
Let's see what we can. unfortunately, you can't really see a great angle here. So, but he opened up that whole right side there,
Yes, he did.
and we still think that red is sitting shot rock, and but the way those other the red guards are aligned right now, way out there, it should be an easy draw. Well, relatively easy draw for
Right.
yellow to get all the way
in.
anywhere in the house. You know, biting 8-foot is all he needs to do here. So.
Shot is on the way.
Not laying a broom to it at all. That thing needs
No,
to
that's got
curl.
that's got some weight.
I'd be tempted to leave that there if I was Kraft,
Yes.
because now, depending on how much of that he can see, I mean that's a little down weight hit, and he should get a deuce here and take a 1-point lead maybe if he's lucky.
I believe this is his first shot, is it not?
No, it's the second rock. His first rock was the one that ticked off that front yellow. So
Okay, so yellow has hammer.
this is. Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. I apologize. Yeah, yellow does have hammer. Could have put a lot of pressure on him though if he does make this hit.
You bet. There by the guard.
But he does roll out. So now Yang with another attempt at a draw. I'm not really sure why he's looking at this hit.
Well, I think he's looking to bump the red a little and roll into the
I suppose
middle
that's
and
true, yeah.
try to get to
Try to
that
get
way.
a deuce, yeah.
Sure.
So quickly update you on sheet A. Alan McNeil managed to get three in the 7th. Now has an 8 to, is that an 8 to 4 lead?
8-4 lead, yes.
8 to 4 lead in the 8th. That is our other B event game. All right, looks like Yang has decided here to try your shot there, David.
Yep, he's going to try to hit the inside of his rock, bump the redstone enough to and roll to the center to lie 2.
Well, that ice, I don't know that it's just a bump.
It's
If I know,
it's a heavy bump.
If I know our call or our ice,
Do you?
it's going to go to that wall.
Yes, it is.
So he's got to throw enough weight on that.
We'll see what happens.
I think he just adjusted the ice a little bit.
Just a little bit,
Give
yep.
himself a little bit more room there.
And that does not look like a lot of weight.
It's not. They are sweeping that one hard all the way.
I think they're going directly for the red now.
Well, that's a possibility too. I had not considered that one.
He'll get
Nope.
one.
Does man? He takes off his own yellow and bumps it in for
one.
a single. And so now he has Yushi Yang from Ardsley has a
2-point lead.
5 to 3.
Yes.
5 to 3 lead. Who are they playing? Who's they playing?
Team
Oh,
Kraft.
Andrew Kraft from Plainfield. There you go.
Still Andrew Kraft from Plainfield.
Yeah. paying a lot of attention here, aren't I? So you want to talk strategy, Mr. Baxter, on a 2-point lead without the hammer. What do you do?
Top 4.
There you go. I agree.
I want one in the house and the other one not. But you absolutely do not want a guard.
No guards, absolutely right. Yep. No guards, and preferably not in the back of the house.
Correct. And this is going to end up
Fighting.
fighting.
Now on the other side of things, Andrew Kraft absolutely wants guards.
He wants guards for the first
And
half of the end. He'll be throwing guards.
Unfortunately for him, it looks like this one's not a guard. It's a little deep.
He'll come into the rings. They have a stick curler over on D as well. The lead for Team Yang.
That's right. We have the battle of the stick curlers over on sheet A. Both skips are stick curlers. And I believe the Vice on Cape Cod is also a stick curler.
Okay.
And then the lead for Yushi Yang and from Ardsley is also a stick curler.
A interesting call from Kraft. He is going to attempt to go around the center biter of Team Yang. A little early in the end for that, if I was doing it, but
I
see
agree.
what happens.
Last night we had Andrew Kraft playing Brandon Corrali from Potomac on our feature sheet, and he pretty much did the same thing. I thought, anyways, he started trying to draw in earlier than he actually needed to.
Right.
When he needed to actually establish some guards in the last end, and
Well, this one thankfully came up short and is
that's not a bad
It's a
result.
guard. It's just
I don't
fine.
mind that.
yeah.
Because of the position of the rocks now, it makes it very difficult for Yushi Yang to just peel that guard. He risks a jam and maybe knocking
And knocking it in.
Andrew Kraft in,
Sure.
which he doesn't necessarily want to do.
And Team
McNeil.
Cape Cod.
Oh yeah,
Yes. What-
Lucerarian.
Yes, they were run out of rocks on sheet A, and
Yeah.
Team McNeil was victorious. So this is the last game remaining this evening. And
Going to a plan B already, I believe.
I'm not sure what this might have been because
I think he was trying to draw behind, but he was way narrow. And
Okay. Well,
now
that's,
they're ending up with a lot more junk up there. I don't love that.
That's a big help for Team Kraft right there. So
Junk
now-
up front is good for Kraft.
you bet. Now Kraft is going to attempt to draw in behind all of it.
I will say the one downside for Kraft at this point is the side of the ice that he's trying to curl in on.
Yes,
That is the wall side.
and it's tough to curl away from the wall.
Does
on
not
sheet
curl
B.
away from that wall very often. And you see
And it's a bit heavy.
this is heavy and not curling.
Right. It'll stay in the back 8, but they didn't curl at all.
Well, it looks like Andrew Kraft might be getting a break here. This one is going to hang out and flash. Ouch. There's another side effect of that wall side.
Absolutely.
If
any weight at all, it
if
will
you're
go
a
dead
little bit
straight.
outside
Yep.
with any weight at all, it's not going
It's
to come
not
back
coming
for
back.
you. So now it looked like he signaled top 12 right in front of that rock.
Yes.
Tried to sit 2.
It's interesting that they still give so much ice.
After they've just seen
That
what it
they've
does.
just seen what it
Yeah.
happens. So.
Well, at this point, I think he's just trying to get in front of that. So he's okay
Right.
if it does the same amount of curl and stays there.
It's actually coming a little bit. It's come a little
Andrew
deep
Kraft
for him,
trying to
but
do
it's
some
very nice.
mojo on that one.
Right.
Let's take a look here, see if we can see. Yushi Yang thinks he can get to the inside and get a hit and roll on that. Easier said than done. With his, I think this is Vice's first rock.
Yes.
See how much less ice he took on this shot, though. He has tightened up that broom a good
Quite a
amount.
bit. You bet. And they're sweeping right away.
That's got a lot of weight,
Another
though.
off.
It's gonna get the rock this time at least, though, and roll to the
Let's roll
outside.
yeah.
It does make it a little tighter for Andrew Kraft now, with that yellow sitting around in the 12-foot. He's signaling that he just wants it to be in the
A biter.
just biting the top 12,
Yeah,
but
not be second
he
shot.
needs 2 points.
Yes, he does. But he doesn't need them right now.
No, that's true. That's absolutely true.
No. This looks like a very nice shot. It's going to come in. And
What do you think, David? Is that? I think that yellow is still setting
I
second
believe
shot,
yellow is second for sure.
and I believe Yang just called for a hit on that front yellow or front red
Front
rather.
red.
Sorry. And that one's looking wide as well.
That is well wide, actually. He might have a plan B of coming in off it.
Oh, oh!
And he does. But red is going to remain shot after that.
That is,
And I
it's
would
not
say,
the end of the world for Andrew Kraft.
no,
I mean,
heavens no. I think he can
he's-
tap that rock and still
absolutely,
be
right behind
two.
cover too.
Yes, absolutely. And even if he noses it to tap it, it's still going to be 1-2. So. See how this turns out. They were sweeping it right out of his hand. And that
Not
is-
really sure why.
I'm not sure why
That's-
either.
that's
Other
hanging.
than for weight, but
It's definitely not getting that promote they were hoping for.
no.
It's going to end up almost in the same position the rock that was just taken out it was before. That is pretty darn close to where that other rock
It
was.
is.
But now,
Just a
unfortunately
little
for
higher,
Yushi
but-
Yang, he doesn't have that in-off.
The in-off from his own yellow, that isn't available anymore, no. But he is going to attempt the double here.
Sort of signaling a little bit of a hit and roll, maybe.
Right.
As a
He
bonus,
was just
as a
saying
bonus. Yeah.
he wants to hit the red rock on the
the inside slightly.
the inside of it,
Yeah.
and clip the back one on the way out, and then roll a little bit to the inside.
So first skip rock now for Yushi Yang. Sweeping hard, they're close. Oh, just missed. Just missed the back red. That's not the worst thing in the world.
No,
I mean,
I like the placement of that rock for Yang.
I mean, he pretty much just closed off a lot of opportunities that Andrew Kraft would have had to draw there.
Absolutely.
You can't really hit that one. There's lots of things going wrong if he tries to hit that.
He could. I mean, he could obviously
hit,
jam.
He could jam. He could try to hit and roll. We've seen the attempts at hit and rolls fail miserably so far this end, though.
Correct.
But he's got to get another one in order to tie up the score. So where is that? That is the question. It looks like he's taking ice just for a straight draw, maybe to try to draw between those two yellows. And that's probably about the only place maybe he has. I don't know.
I think he wants to be still on the outside, Brian. I think he realizes that that's too much ice to be curling out away from our wall.
Well, he's got 2 shots left to make something happen.
Or you're absolutely right, and that would then have promoting the yellow written all over it. Rock is away, and it looks heavy to me.
He is outside. It looks to me like he's outside of that yellow rock.
Yes, he is.
Or not. It is curling. Wow, look at that. It went right onto that yellow rock.
That was
and now they're taking a look
for
here. Looks like, ooh, wow, that's really close. I think yellow is shot rock there, though.
Yes, yellow is shot. And there isn't another red rock in play, so that Kraft is going to have to deal with that shot stone and stick around to score 2. Pending Yang shot here,
right.
His last shot.
The hard part for Yang now, he wants to guard that, I think. But the hard part is, how do you get a guard there?
Right.
With this tricky ice on the outside here, he would love to put one right where he's signaling right now. Just in front of that red to try to block maybe the run back and maybe block the straight hit.
Right.
But the problem is, how do you get the rock there? Which is kind of why I think he's standing towards the center line, because he thinks he has to
go the other way with it.
Go the other way, because he can't risk that rock hanging and not doing anything at all. So. Or is he maybe looking at? It's a lot of ice if he's trying to get all the way over there even. Is he maybe looking at getting a second yellow in?
I'm not sure. He doesn't need one, obviously. He just may be thinking that it will dive towards the wall.
We haven't really seen any draws going this direction.
Not in this direction at all, no.
They've been throwing everything on that wall side, so I'm not really sure how much it's diving that towards that direction. But he's got ice in the middle of the 8-foot.
To go all the way to the other side of the sheet.
And
well, the other
basically
side.
To get all the way to the middle of the 8-foot on the other side, I think.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yeah, he's looking for 6 feet of swing.
so final stone for Yushi Yang, trying to protect his 2-point lead. That is, I think that's guard weight. But they are sweeping it all the way as if it was trying to play some kind of promote.
They're going to be on the, no? Thought they were going to be on their own goal guard, but really they put it in front and it doesn't really
Didn't
do
a whole
anything.
lot of anything, yeah.
Leaving Kraft the run back on his red into the inside of the yellow and flopping over to lie 2. Looks to me to be the only shot, because if he comes directly at the yellow stone, he's only going to get to the outside of it and roll out, and he'll only get 1.
So I think I mean, you have to be down weight on this, because if you throw a regular hit weight takeout, you're almost certainly going to roll your own away.
Yes.
So you need to hang around here somewhere.
Right.
So I think if my lip reading is correct, I think I just saw him say back house weight.
Okay.
And he would like to hit, he's trying to signal where he wants to hit the rock.
Right.
So that it will, I agree with you. He's trying to just push that yellow far enough away so that the back red will count.
Right. And if he hits it on the inside, he really only has to move it 6 inches.
Right.
And as long as he rolls to the inside, which he would, then he would count 2.
Very line and weight sensitive on this line. So.
Absolutely. And hammers away. Light
I don't
brushing
know
on
that
it.
they want to sweep that. That's got a
light
little more
brushing.
than back house weight to me. It's got to come all the way across that face.
Here it's coming now.
Here it comes. It's trying. It's trying. It's
I
not.
don't
Maybe
think it
now
has,
it's
I
slowing
don't
down
think it
a
has
lot.
enough weight.
Wow.
I don't think it has enough weight at all. No.
I think in the end that was the correct line,
Yes.
but just not quite enough
Not
weight.
enough weight.
So
Score or steal 1 then for Yang. in
Yushi
the
Yang from Ardsley, as you heard the U chant in the
Right,
warm room
in the
there.
background. He's going to win
Pulls
this
off
game
the
by a
win,
score
yeah.
of 6-3.
And so that wraps up our coverage for tonight. Join us tomorrow. What time do we have tomorrow?
Early.
8:45.
Early.
My God, I believe FL Etland will be with you at 8:45 tomorrow.
Will not be with me, Brian.
Not with us.
Well,
no, definitely
I
not
will
us.
not be with FL tomorrow. I will be sleeping at that time.
Yes. So join us again tomorrow. We have a full day of
Full
draws to ruin your workday tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I'm
Thanks,
Ryan
everyone.
Dauernheim for my partner, David Baxter. We will see you next